Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Hello and welcome to another episode of the BSC News Friday Night Live podcasts, streams. Welcome. Today we have a very special guest, a very intriguing project with us called Haddie's Bay. And obviously Mark is from Haddie's Bay. And would you be able just to introduce yourself and also the Haddie's Bay project as well, please, Mark?
So my name is Mark Merle, and I am the founder of the Haddie's Bay Club, which is a series of 7,777 unique NFTs that were inspired by a very rare 1 in 100 million lobster that I discovered named Haddie.
And you're the person that discovered it?
So Billy Coppersmith is a lobsterman that I work with, and he harvested it. And then because I get 100% of his catch, I call myself the discoverer.
Oh, I didn't know that it was like how involved you were with this. I just thought...
Oh, yeah. So,
okay.
So then I knew, because she was so beautiful, right? I knew that the world would love to see her. And so she went viral on the media, and she got 4 billion impressions from all over the world, so it's wild.
It's mad. So I've got a few pictures of the lobster, and that's one picture there, and we'll go through them. But it's an incredible, color, and I never knew that the lobsters, looked or came like this at all. And why is the lobster blue? How did a lobster turn blue?
Yeah, it's a genetic deficit, and so Haddie is missing a couple of key elements that produce the hue that she normally is, which is more of a dark brown. So because she's missing those key elements, she's like a light bulb in the ocean, right? I mean, you can see like the pink, like it's ridiculous how beautiful she is.
It really
I've never
is.
seen natural color like that, and she had a sheen to her, like pearl sheen. It was
you
crazy.
Can sort of see it a little bit
in
that photo in comparison to the last. And one thing I imagine, when catching lobsters or other sea animals, that you do it in quite a relatively large scale. If you're just going out, as an individual with a fishing rod, obviously you might just do it individual things. But if you're doing it in any sort of commercial sense, you'd have more than a couple. So how did you sort of spot this lobster? Do you look at when a trawler person or I really don't know anything about life on the sea. How did you spot this one lobster?
So what had occurred? Typically, Haddie is in hiding, right? That's why there may be a lot more out here of her than we know. But they never get discovered because they know that they're a bright light bulb, and they know that prey can see them with relative ease. So they spend a lot of time living in the muck, hidden, and only venture out when the water's really murky to go eat. Well, we had a big storm, and it really wrestled up the ocean floor. So the water got really murky. Haddie went out. She stopped at Billy's Diner, Billy Coppersmith's lobster trap, and, grabbed a piece of pollock, and then she got stuck, right? So then he pulls her up and sees this bright light bulb in the middle of, the lobster trap. And he's like, oh my God, what's that? And lo and behold, it's a very rare 1 in 100 million cotton candy colored lobster.
So it's 1 in 100 million.
Yeah,
chance.
1 in 100 million. Yeah.
And have any others been caught like this ever?
Yep. Yeah, there have been cotton candy lobsters found before.
Wow.
So she's not the first, but I think she's definitely the most beautiful I've ever seen.
It's like a pearl lobster.
It's like a pearl lobster, yeah.
And what's happened to Haddie since she's been caught?
Well, now that she's world famous, we had to get her own studio apartment at the Seacoast Science Center in Rye, New Hampshire. So, so funny story. This is not the first lobster that I've saved. I saved one about 7-8 years ago named Libby. that was a orange lobster. And I sent her to the Seacoast Science Center as well. But
Wow.
yeah, Hattie's there. She's doing really well. She's very strong, and she really should live a long life.
And how old is she now, and how long do lobsters normally live?
Well, the myth is that lobsters could live forever, right? They don't die of old age. They never stop growing.
Oh.
Her current age is probably 7-ish, 7 or 8 years
Wow.
old. Yeah.
That's
and
wow.
Then conceivably she should, live for a very long time, as long as she, the water's good and she doesn't have to worry about predators anymore. So
No.
that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, she should
Amazing.
live a long life.
And what's your background as well? Are you involved in fishing and lobstering? Is it what is it called
Yeah.
when you? Yeah.
It's fishing. They call them fish farmers, but it's a lobsterman or a lobster woman. And so I go out sometimes, not often, but my facility is right on Union Wharf in Portland, Maine. So the lobstermen park, at my wharf, and then bring in the lobster, and then I sort through it, and then I have a website called Get Maine Lobster where people can buy it, and I ship it to their house.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
And then so from Haddie, you've now created this NFT collection.
Yeah.
So why the sort of why did you decide to create an NFT collection from this lobster?
So Hattie's beauty and bravery just really inspired me, and I wanted to create projects in her name and then give back to marine conservation. So the first project I did is we actually have a Hattie's IPA. We have an IPA. Yeah. So we currently have distribution, and I can pull up a photo if you want.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah.
Let me pull up a photo of the can. But so we have distribution in New England and working on West Coast, but it's very, very new. So that was the first thing I did, and it takes a while to create a beer. So
okay. So
right
yeah, and how do you create a beer, and how did you do it?
Well,
and yeah,
I'm lucky. I have I'm friends with the founders of Shipyard Brewing. So okay. I went to them. I have really good art. I have the image up so I just could click share here.
Correct. Yeah.
So share screen, or should I share file?
I think try to share screen. That might be a little bit easier.
Cool. And so let me pull this up. Oh, it says Chrome. I've lost permission.
Oh.
So let me drop it into Telegram. And
okay.
Then.
Yeah, no problem.
And then have you do it.
Okay.
And I don't know why it always does that to me.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
So I'm lucky enough to be friends with Shipyard Brewing, and I said to them, "Hey, this is really, really cool, and I think I want to create an IPA. Are you guys interested?" And the benefit to them was, the lobster business that I have, Get Maine Lobster, does have a big audience. Haddie got 4 billion impressions. So to them, they were like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's do a small run and see if people are interested, So they did the small run, and, we got it picked up by a place called Cappy's in Boston, and then Maine picked it up, and now I'm trying to get West Coast distributions. That was the first project. And then the NFT occurred because I was, curious. I'm a business owner, so I got to keep, thinking about, what's going on in the world and all of that, and emerging technology. And I mean, isn't that label just amazing?
It's really nice. Really nice.
Yeah. So the same artist that did the NFTs did that label.
Wow.
Yeah. His name's Johnny Quixotes he's in Brazil. I just love his work.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's yeah, very, very cool indeed. Is this still on sale now? Like,
Yeah.
if and is it just in sale in America, or is it other
Just
places?
just in America right now.
Mm.
Shipyard does have global distribution, and
Mm.
but right now I'm torn because I'm really focused on the NFT project. But I want the IPA because it's a really good IPA. But we're working on direct to consumer and working on getting more distribution. But
Fantastic.
so far, it's gotten great feedback. But
Yeah, well, I'm going to look at. I know it's going to be very expensive, but look at trying to get some, shipped to England. Even though I'll be paying, I don't know, 3 times as much perhaps as you'd pay in
yeah,
America to get it. But yeah, it would be amazing. I mean, I'd drink all of them and then maybe leave one undrunk, just on the side.
undrunk. Yeah.
Yeah. So would you be able to
Let's
tell us
figure it
then?
out.
Yeah. Would you be able to tell us about your the NFT collection then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
So it made sense to me to bridge Web 2, Web 3. And I had this inspiring story and I wanted to do more with Haddie. So I said, this would be a really good NFT project. And because we have lobster and seafood as, real world products that could be of tremendous value to the community and fun experiences, I was like, let's do this. And then I love our art, which was really fun for me. Obviously, I'm not the artist, Johnny was, but I gave him direction. I said, I want all these assets and I want them to look like this. And then through the art generation process to see them come out here is pretty cool. But so we wanted to do something, killer art, killer utility. So 10% is going back to marine conservation. We're doing monthly giveaways of lobster, monthly giveaways of merch. We launched a merch site called bhaddie.com, where 50% of the profits are going to the community. So our entire intention is to bring value to the community and to also, I want to be not a trailblazer because this hubris. I want to be humble, but I want to help others bridge the gap between Web 2, Web 3. So I'm willing to, jump in and invest and really go after it. And we've just fallen in love with the Binance community and all of the projects. I've been buying off all the other projects, and I have a pixel sweeper and a couple bulls and a baked potato, and I just bought like 10 airheads the other day.
Oh, nice.
So,
yeah, and I can see that. Yeah, you're minting at the moment on thebullsociety.com.
So we're using. So we met the Bull Society early before we made a decision to go to Binance, and we were on with Dehufsky on Spaces, and he just had a really amazing reaction to what we're trying to do, and it was authentic. And so we kept talking, and we were on Telegram, and then finally said, hey, well, let's do this. I want to go on your launch pad. And so it's been fun.
Fantastic.
That's our website.
Every Monday, we do a sort of NFT alpha with Dehufsky. He's a real he's quite well known in the B&B chain NFT space. And I think the bullsock.com. It's a great platform. They've got a very good community as well. So it's good to see more and more projects launching on there. In your roadmap, you said you have one of the things that you're concentrating on is utility. Your roadmap's very interesting. I think I've got the wrong window. Oh no, here we are. Here we go. Would you be able to tell us a little bit about this? Like one of the things. So after 7% of the NFTs are sold, a monthly lobster box giveaway. So you'll ship lobsters. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've actually already started that because we've been doing some giveaways, and of course, the recipient was in Canada, which typically isn't overly difficult, but the box is like being held by customs. So I'm like, oh my gosh! But in America, we're very good at it.
And I assume it's like a big sort of polystyrene thing packed with cold bits, and then and just fingers crossed it doesn't get stopped.
No,
by
there's
customs.
no fingers crossed. I mean, we probably executed 99% rate.
Yeah.
But so typically these boxes, we'll put in maybe a lobster roll kit 1 month. 1 month it'll just be lobster tails, and pretty excited about that. And because you have to, right? We're a lobster business, and
Definitely.
why not throw that in there?
Would you be able to tell us about the other aspects on your roadmap as well? Sort of,
I'll give you the stuff that I'm super pumped about, and one of them isn't even listed in there, but 10% is going to marine conservation. Very important to us. We work with a sustainable fishery, and we really focus heavily on that. So, and we actually have a partner in that space right now, which is the Vieques Historical Society and Preservation. So they Vieques is in Puerto Rico.
Yep.
And they have the world's brightest bioluminescent bay. I don't know if you've ever seen bioluminescence in the ocean.
Is that when those little sort of microorganisms light up when they're disturbed or something?
Exactly.
Okay. Right. Wow.
Yeah. So so we got them as a partner. So when we reach that point, we bring it out to the community, say, hey, we want these guys to get because we want the community to be involved. We want them to present companies they want to support and all of that. The other is, which isn't in the roadmap, is the 50% of profits from bhaddie.com go into the community wallet. Really excited about that. I'd like to do more things like that for the community. I just want to bring value. You invest in us, we take that investment and put it right back in.
Amazing.
There's definitely some benefits to holders of the rare ones, potentially lobster per month for a year, things like that. So
you mentioned a website there. So at the moment, I'm on haddiesbayclub.com.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say bhaddie.com?
Yeah. So B is in Barry, E is in Ernest, and then Haddie, HADDIE .com, which is just a cool merch and apparel site that we launched. Yeah, pretty cool, right?
I didn't know about this.
Yeah. So this was the other project that we launched around Haddie, was in 10%, is going back to marine conservation. So
amazing.
Every week we're going to be adding more product to it. We have a special Haddie's Bay Club section, that's Haddie merch, which is fun. But I really like the red one with the Haddie skateboarder. I think that's really cool. So,
that is good. Would it be possible for people, later down the line, to get a top like this, but with their NFT on?
Absolutely. And that's one of the things we want to do, and give them even more than like an individual, because they have full commercial rights. They can do whatever they want with it. The art's, really, really good. So then if they want it to be on the site, let's put it on the site, and then, they're getting the other 50% of that revenue, right? So 50% going back to the community will give them the other 50% of the profit, It's gonna be super duper cool.
I think it's really cool. Really cool. And it's one of the most unique ideas that I've heard about for an NFT project. Basically, your background, I think, obviously influenced it a lot, but I didn't know anything at all about, lobsters, fishing. And I was reading through the Telegram chat that you had with some of my colleagues, and it just intrigued me. At first, I saw it, and I didn't really look too much into it. But then the more I looked into it, I thought, wow, and like an incredibly special lobster that then has got this huge following. And do you know sort of why so many people are fans of this lobster?
I think, it's innate to be in awe of nature, Mother Nature. So when Mother Nature creates something that is so extraordinary, out of the norm, you want to see it. And I mean, I had a feeling that she was gonna go viral. I didn't know she was going to go that viral. I mean, so viral. I basically lost a week, right? Because I was getting interviewed and all that stuff. So, but ton of fun.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it was in the English newspapers as well, online and in print. And it said that the place that you found it, I can't remember.
Casco Bay.
Yeah, so that's a place in England as well, or Scotland,
really?
I think. Yeah, and I thought, well, when I spoke to him last night, he sounded American. Is he working in Scotland? But no, it's a place in America as well, is it? Or near America?
Yeah, Casco Bay is in Portland, Maine.
Ah, okay, yeah. Because I saw, that and I got a bit confused, but no, that's very interesting. And can these lobsters be found all around the world, or are they specific to a particular region?
They're specific to a particular region. There are lobsters around the world, and you will see some, like Africa has lobsters, the Caribbean has lobsters. So, but this particular genus phylum is, New England.
Amazing. Good.
Yeah.
And you said that you were keen to help with the transition from Web 2 to Web 3, or basically, standard fiat card payments to the crypto world sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have any initiatives on that, or like, how exactly are you helping people? Because it can seem a real alien world. When you first get into decentralized anything.
Yeah. I'm a big proponent of sharing information. So, I mean, just 30 minutes before, I was telling somebody who is a Web 2 business that I feel NFTs would do his business well, enriching and expanding the community. And I said, if you want any insights, let me know. But jumping into the space and then people being able to watch my journey, right? Because, we had a really good start and now things have kind of slowed down. And then, we're going to wrestle up some excitement and really get things going again. And marketing's dropping and all that fun stuff. But I can talk about the entire journey, like what I did well, what I did poorly, what I didn't know that I should have known, and all those things, and so that more projects will come up. And, a big thing is that this Web3 thing is not going away. It's only going to expand, and demand is going to increase, even though it's at infancy. It's going to increase in a major way. So
brilliant, fantastic. And what made you? So I've just put it at the bottom. So that's where you can mint everyone that's watching. Yeah. So thebullsock.com, and then just go on Launchpad. Yeah, they're there. And what made you choose the Bull Society as well? Because they are relatively small in comparison to other B&B chain sort of launch pads, outlets, that sort of thing. I know that you mentioned, Duhovsky, but why particularly did you choose, the Bull Society?
I liked the community may be smaller than some other projects, but it's hyper engaged, committed, and I wanted to experience that and see that and discover, because we're very good at building community in Web 2. We have over 100,000 followers for the lobster business. So, we're good at that. And we have a huge database and we've served over 400,000 people. Really good at it, right? So Web 3, not so much. We got to learn. But I want engagement, authentic, organic engagement. So I'm okay. I know I'm going to build the audience really, really large, the team and I. But I want to observe and learn what Web3 community building is like, because it's different than Web 2,
Definitely.
And so that's why I just love what they're doing.
Fantastic. I do think they are a very solid community. They're not obviously the biggest. They haven't got a Discord of 200,000 people. They've actually had a Discord revamp today, actually, as well, which is good. But yeah, their community there, they're very kind, welcoming. You're free to ask any questions at all. And all the projects they have on there, obviously including yours, are really solid good, nice projects that you can trust. Which is a breath of fresh air in the NFT space. And one thing that I was going to ask you about right now in the crypto market, that the fear and greed index hit 8, I think, the other week, which is the lowest it's been for ages, and it's only hit that, I think, 3 times since its inception. And how have you found launching an NFT collection at arguably one of the most difficult times in the market?
Right. I pondered not,
Yeah.
in waiting. But then I said, let's break some rules.
Nice.
So we're going to break some rules. We can all come up with all kinds of reasons to do and not to do certain things. So we picked a date, let's do it. If we're going to mint slower and it's going to take us a month, fine. It's going to take us a month. We're here. We're here for the long haul, however it takes.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So no time pressure.
It is very, very reasonably priced as well. 0.18 BNB at the moment, isn't much at all. So a lot of respect for that, because a lot of mints, they'll be 2.5 BNB, or if you're using the ETH network, like 0.6 ETH or something like that, which is a bit ridiculous. So it's great to see that you've not really got any sort of barriers to entry.
We wanted to definitely make it approachable and affordable, and there's a ton of value in this community that we're going to be providing. I mean, that is our thing, is delivering the unforgettable. So, and we're just going to constantly do that, just like we do in our Web2 business.
Amazing. Yeah. I was about to mint one, because sometimes when I'm doing these sort of live streams, I'll think, I want to get one of these NFTs. So I was about to mint one, but then I realized the share screen thing, I'll be like having my MetaMask sort of up on the screen, and then
you don't want that.
Yeah, but I think they're so fun, and the art as well. Would you be able to tell us a little bit more about the artist? So he designed your IPA cans.
Yeah. So I met him through another project, which is called Lobster and Beer. And those guys from Alec and Brian, and they discovered Johnny, and they showed me some of his art, and I was like, wow. I said, can I get an intro? I like his style, and I have some stuff I want to design. And the Haddie IPA was the first thing he did for me, and he nailed it. He just nailed it. And I was like, no changes, and give me the file. Send it over to the shipyard, and boom. So designing for NFTs is very interesting, right? Especially 7,777 of them with a bunch of different assets. So you got a claw, you got eyes, you got a mouth, you got an accessory on the wrist, you got a shirt, you got hair, you got a mouth. Did I already say mouth and eyes? Claw, tail. So it's a lot. So then I provide him with the list. Here's the assets that I want. And so you see that one right there has the Lobster and Beer shirt, the one in the lime green with the tongue out.
Yeah, I see that.
So that one's pretty cool. But I just wanted to really do fun stuff, like a tennis ball for a claw. Why not?
Oh yeah, I can see that. And then a wooden one.
Yeah, a wooden one, of course. And then, who doesn't like fuzzy grain? And then so the veiny one. So I was saying, hey, think of it like if Haddie was a bodybuilder, so it's like a muscular veiny. And people like that one. It's interesting. And
how long did it take to create all the different traits for the NFTs?
There's a couple of different batches. I mean, net, it was a minute. It took time. But if you were to condense it all, I would say, it took a week for him to build all the assets. A week, like if he was doing it 100% solely that.
Fantastic. Well, it certainly is, unique and great quality. It's not like a lot of NFT collections where you can see that, you know, they've just made all the different assets sort of individually, not really thought about how cohesive it's going to look at the end. And then when you get the NFT, it just looks like loads of random bits. All of these look really nice and cohesive, all the different parts. And and they've all sort of, sometimes what I like to do is buy like a collection of 4 and then have them as a little framed. I print them out at the local sort of framing place and do that. And they all complement each other really nicely. They're all, very well done. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
And everyone listening as well, if you're watching sort of like on repeat or recorded version, or listening on the podcast, or watching on Twitch as well, you can mint easily at thebullsock.com. Not sock as in you wearing your feet, but like society. So thebullsoc.com. And they're only 0.18 BNB. I was going to do it, but then, I don't want to be clicking around on an Archon shirt, but my ledger, and also have my little wallet come up. But I think it's a really nice special project. I think you've got something really, really good here. I've asked you a lot of questions, and so thank you very, very much for answering them all. You've been fantastic indeed. Have you got anything that would you like to mention, anything that we haven't talked about at all?
No, I think I'm just super humbled that you're interested and wanted to talk, and I'm really, really proud of this project, and very committed to the community, and very excited to see what that community consists of tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day.
Yeah, definitely.
And shout out to the team. They've been working real hard. And, we love collaborating, so any projects want to collaborate, but we love to have fun,
Brilliant. And have you got any social communities as well, perhaps, that people can join?
Yeah. So our Telegram, so we have a link tree, which you can, find on our Twitter, which is Haddie's Bay Club.
Okay.
And so if you go to our Twitter account, our link tree should be there. But our link tree is just Haddie's Bay Club as well.
Brilliant.
And then so is our Telegram, and then our Discord. The link's on our website. So
great.
And Twitter and Telegram is where we spend most of our time.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm going to join there straight after this then. And also, if you're listening again, website is just haddiesbayclub.com, and at the top right, their social links are there. Sorry, the Twitter is actually covered up by the BSC news thing, but just go haddiesbayclub.com, top right, it's all there. Minting, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, www.thebullsock.com at 0.18 BNB, which at the moment, the price of BNB, it's the definition of reasonable, so it's a no-brainer, to be honest. So
I think so too.
Yeah, well, I'm going to join your Telegram, awesome. And I think I'm going to mint 4, because the price of BNB is very cheap, and at 0.18 BNB, man, honestly,
and who knows, you could get a super rare one,
Well, so I could. Who knows?
There are some really super rare ones in there. So
I'm looking here now and seeing here all the different. Oh wow, there are some really cool ones. Like a top hat.
Yeah, we have a top hat one. That's going to be a rare one. And then we have a diamond encrusted gold claw and tail, which is going to be, it's super duper rare if you get the combo.
And then later down the line, I know that some projects have like a rarity ranking sort of thing. Are you going to have that, do you think, later down the line?
Yeah, we're going to be on rare board, so people can easily discover that. And then also we're going to do some airdrops on those that hold the rarest. So collect the rares and hold them, and they could potentially win, lobster for a year and other nice little benefits. So,
okay, good.
Yeah. We're filled with surprise and delight, so we're going to keep thinking of ways that we can do that for the community and keep building.
Amazing, brilliant. Well, it's so good to meet you, and I'm sure everyone watching this as well. It's always fantastic to actually see here and see sort of how genuine some it's a breath of fresh air when you actually meet a genuine down-to-earth NFT project leader like you, Mark. So thank you very much for coming on and chatting. That. And I think, Haddie's Bay, it's very special, it's very unique, and long live Haddie.
Long live Haddie, yes.
Yeah. But thank you so much. It's been really good to talk to you. We definitely will keep in contact by the Telegram. And maybe it'll be good in a couple of months or so to catch up with, how Haddie's doing and how the project's doing as well.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, thank you very much again, Mark, and speak soon. And thank you very, very much.
All right. Have a wonderful week.
You too. Bye-bye. Speak soon.